Be intentional, be different, be unique. Those are three things that we're going to talk about today as far as this conversation that we're having about how to continue to stay innovative in your business. How do you continue to differentiate yourself? And how do you continue to make sure that your products and services stay ahead of the curve and ahead of the game? That's what we're talking about today. Stay tuned. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Tremain Show. I'm Tremain Davis, and today we're still talking about how to stay innovative in your company. How do you continue to make sure that your products and your services stay on the cutting edge, on the bleeding edge of what's happening in your marketplace and with your industry? All right, so the statement that I made is be unique, be differentiated, but the most important part of that statement is be intentional. All right, be intentional about being unique and about being different. So the whole goal, and this is what it should always be, is to figure out how you can be different as a product or a service. So even if you just window washing cars at a stoplight, how could you do that differently than other people in the city who are window washing cars at a stoplight? Like it just, you always have to be thinking about how you can do it differently or uniquely. It doesn't matter the industry, it doesn't matter the business, it does not matter. You have to be intentional about that thought process. So a lot of entrepreneurs, as I always talk about, they generally get into a situation where they're always creating a solution. They're always going after, making their app better or making their product better, their service better, making their business, they have a law office or mental health practice, what can we do to make our stuff better, and that's fine, but it's not just about being better. It's about being differentiated. So how can you be unique? So you always have to be looking around, looking at the different competition, looking at everybody else who's doing things in the industry, talking to your customers. We talk about that all the time. Customer development. You have to be talking to your customers, engaging with them so that you're always finding new and different ways to serve their needs. That's the key. But you have to be intentional about it. This has to be a thought process. This has to be something that is embedded in your company. This has to be something where you and your leadership team, or if you're a solopreneur, you personally, this has to be something where you take intentional time once a week during a staff meeting or something to say, hey, what could we be doing differently? What could we be doing unique? How can we make our products or services stand out more? Like that has to be an intentional conversation. It doesn't happen organically. It doesn't just fly out of the air. What ends up happening if you don't have some of this conversation intentionally, what ends up happening is that your products and your services literally end up going down because you can't continue to do the same exact thing the same exact way. You have to do something different. I think about when Chick-fil-A hit the scene, and they kind of taken over fast food restaurants. And, instead of doing it like McDonald's and Burger King and Taco Bell and all these places that have been around for years and years and years and years and years, they said, we're going to come to the market and we're going to do something different, which is have a very hard specialization in customer service. So as you know, when Chick-fil-A first hit the scene, and most people would know this, especially around this area, they were saying things like, how may we serve you? And could I get a name for your order? And, Mr. Davis, your order is ready. They would call your name out in the restaurant so that you can get your food. People walk around the restaurant and ask you if you're okay, if you're having a nice day. This is something that is completely different from fast food. So when they came on the scene and they said, hey, we're going to do something completely different. We're going to have a focus on customer service, and that completely, took them to the next level, or set them apart and differentiated them from all of the other fast food restaurants who are just trying to be faster in the drive-through line, who are trying to get your food out to you quicker, 30 seconds or less. McDonald's used to have a thing of 30 seconds or less, a minute or less, or something like that. Like, this is the stuff that everybody else was competing on. They said, we're not going to try to be faster and get the food, to you quicker. We're going to try to give you a better experience, so we're going to go experiential. So even if it does take you another 2 or 3 minutes to get your food over here, we're going to make sure that the experience is better. And then as they sort of took over the market when it comes to customer service at fast food restaurants, then they started to lean into it a little bit more, and they started to iterate it. So the whole point is that they weren't just intentional about their initial sort of value proposition, their initial thing that they were going to do to set themselves apart. They continued to work on it. And that's what I want you all to realize. They were intentional about continuing to differentiate themselves. So then they started putting a person outside in the drive-thru that you can actually talk to. So at Chick-fil-A, you no longer talk into a machine. That was an extra iteration. Then they had somebody outside to so that you can pay. It used to be they would take your order and then you would come around to the window and pay. Now they have a second person that actually takes your card payment. Like, these are things that they continue to make sure that they were taking what was working for them as far as being different and taking it to the next level. They were intentional about it. And so I could go on and on about Chick-fil-A. That's one of my favorite case studies. But you as an entrepreneur, even if you are intentional about how you're going to be different, how you're going to be unique, you have to be intentional about staying different and staying unique. And if this is a conversation that makes you uncomfortable or something that you've never done in your business before, it's okay. You can start today. Just start thinking through the process of course, you start with your value proposition. That's what we always talk about, which is, who is your target audience? What problems are you solving for them? And where are you going to be on the pricing spectrum? As an existing business, you may already know those things, so that should be an easy conversation for you. If you don't, start there. And then once you finish getting your value proposition completely dialed in, the next thing you want to do is start thinking about how we can be different. How can we offer our products and our services uniquely different than anybody else in the industry? What could we do? Could we add on this? Could we do this? Could we do that? We do massages. Could we give them a glass of champagne with the massage? What could we do to do something different? So I just wanted to throw that in there. Intentionality and with being different and with being unique makes all the difference in the world. You have to continue to iterate and continue to take your products and services to the next level. All right, as usual, like, subscribe, share, send this information to all the entrepreneurs that they need to understand about being intentional. Being intentional. That is how innovation always comes out in your business, by being intentional. It is not something that happens by accident. It is not something that happens organically, by osmosis. Innovation doesn't just fall on your business. You have to be intentional about going to go get it. All right. Also, as usual, the best form of support is just you being here with me today, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, I'm Tremain Davis, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. This video is brought to you by Davis & Davis Investments and Management, a full-service business solutions firm. So whether you need one-on-one business coaching or training, or whether you need business strategy development, or if you just need to learn how to shoot professional videos from your iPhone so you can move some of your content online, we've been helping businesses win for over 10 years. So click the link below, grab your free consultation to see if we're the right fit for you.
So, thank you for watching our video, and make sure subscribe to your channel, click the button, and 2, 5. Bye!
Hold on.
Bye!
Good job.
Bye!
TJ just told everybody to subscribe to the channel and look below and click the button. Good job, TJ.
Bye.
Bye.